Hello everyone, it's Kat and I'm back today to talk about my project pan. So it is mid-month, it is October. Let's chat about how I'm going with my project pan. There are some things that I've lost, surprise, surprise, and there's a few things that I'm changing up. But it's been a busy month, school holidays, traveling for work. Like I don't even know where my handbag is, let alone find where my lip products are. So we're just gonna have to roll with it. Have I used anything up this month? Yes, I have, and it is quite the achievement, so I don't care about the rest of it. Whatever happens, happens. I finished up my highlighter. Yes, a round of applause. I finished up my highlighter. That has taken me all year, and you can see here what it looks like. There is that grid base because this is a baked gelée formula. Essentially what I had to do, so in the last check-in you'll see that there is like a little bit left in the pan. I had to sort of scrub that off and then try to like use it semi-loose. So it was very hard to take the product out of the like inside the grid, but I consider that done. I really enjoyed this highlighter, so it is sad to see it go. I haven't yet chosen a full-on replacement for it because I literally used that up the other day. And I also have in my little eyeshadow palette, I have the eyeshadow that I'm using as a highlighter in that as well. So I shifted my attention to this knowing that I was very close to finishing it up. I did finish it up. In my eyeshadow palette, I haven't made much progress this month. I know I hit a tiny amount of pan last month on that shade there and it's grown slightly, but I sort of put this on hold because I was focusing on other cheek products, but also I was doing sort of like reviews and testing other eyeshadows for my use it or lose it project. So this sort of sat a little bit dormant, but what I want to do over the next month or so is focus on these two and use these as sort of blush highlighters before I introduce another highlighter, because we're nearing the end of the year. Am I going to get much dent in a full highlighter? Probably not, but if I focus on these, at least this is sort of can be done. But there's just a close-up of that. So yeah, my focus is on these three and then maybe using that up as an eyeshadow, but whatever I do, I'm probably going to get rid of this at the end of the year. I don't really mind. The main blush that I've been wearing is my M Cosmetics Heaven's Glow Magic Hour. Now this is a baked one. It doesn't look like much has changed, but if you do look at it, it was domed. So again, doesn't look that impressive like that, but if you then shift it, it's like completely flat. So this one I'm going to hit pan on not very soon, but probably by the end of the year. This could be done if I keep using it. So that's the goal, Kat, keep using it. To be fair, this paired really nicely with the Nabla highlighter and I'm sad to see it go because I was in a groove with it. But this is the one I want to focus on mainly, which means that I'm probably not going to focus on my Hourglass one. I think I've used this once in the last month. So again, I'm not even going to take progress shots of this, which I think is the same case as last month. It's just not my focus at the moment. This is quite bold, which is fine. I don't dislike it. Yeah, I don't know. Do I take it out? I don't know. I might just keep it in there for the sake of it, but since I can see the end in sight for the M Cosmetics one, and this has been like an all year round sort of slog, I may as well focus on this than this, because even if I use this every day for 2 months, I'm not going to hit pan on this. Let's be real. So this might be something I carry over to next year. It might be something I decide to declutter. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm going to take this out and just focus on this. Let's be reasonable here. I've already got blush colors in here, so I don't need any more. If you watch my shorts or TikTok, you'll notice that I did mention taking out my lip liner, and I have not used it since that video. Essentially, my rule of thumb, if something starts to change color, smell bad, feel different in texture, it's time that it goes. And this has started smelling quite fishy. So when I'd apply it, I'd be like, what smells fishy? And it smells a lot like, do you remember when you use like Duo lash glue and it starts to smell a bit bad and it starts to smell a bit fishy? That smell has started to happen with a lip liner, and it's not nice. To me, it implies that it's going bad, so I'm getting rid of that. It's coming out. Sad though, because I probably would have been able to use that up because I was using it as like an overall lip product. And yes, I had a bit left, but realistically, that's only probably like a week or 2 weeks worth of usage if you use it sort of all over your lip. So I could have used this one up, but I don't think I will because it smells bad. Are you ready for a bit of a shock to your system? I had 2 lip products besides that lip pencil in my project pan. I can't find both of them. One is a Linda Hallberg Fantastic Lipstick. It's that brownie sort of lip gloss, lip balm, that's it. That one I might declutter. Firstly, it's not real, the color's not really suiting me without having to modify it, so like layer it with something else. Also, it's starting to smell a lot like sunscreen, so I feel like it's going bad. I've had it for a long time. So that one I think I'm not going to care too much about finding it. And when I do find it, which I have been traveling for work and whatever, so it's probably in a bag somewhere. When I do find it, I might just get rid of it. Let's be real. But the Sigma lip oil I'm keeping because that is great. The problem is with the lip oil, it goes in pockets. I've checked all my handbags. I can't find them. I haven't checked my jackets. It might be in a pocket somewhere. That is going to stay. But it leaves me with that is the only lip product and I can't actually show it to you at the moment because I don't know where it is. So I'm bringing in new lip products. And I'm being silly and bringing in a lot. Why? Because these just in high rotation anyway. So I may as well. And some of these are really close to the end. Do I introduce all of these? This seems silly. No, I will because whatever. The lip product I'm wearing now is a MAC one. This is the Glow Play Lip Balm in That Tickles. It's this really beautiful sort of like brown, but when you put it on, it's just like a nudie brown. It's like a terracotta burgundy gloss. It's really pretty. So this actually does suit me a lot more than the Linda Hallberg one, which was a little bit too greyish for me. I like this more. It's also fresher, so it's not going to be as old. I do have a lot of this left. So this is something that I'm like, I'm going to see how I go. I just reach for this a lot. It was in my handbag. I thought, why not? So there's that. Also, one thing that I mentioned in my use it or lose it was this Maybelline lip product. So this is the Ink Crayon in number 10, Trust Your Gut. This one's really, really pretty. So this is one that I just reach for because I like the color of it. It's this beautiful sort of like rosy, browny, sort of velvet teddy kind of look. Really pretty, good under a gloss, good on its own, good blotted down. Again, one that I tend to reach for a lot on a daily basis when I'm just working, so I may as well just reach for that. Why not? Another one that I've actually taken the stopper out of because it was like coming out dry. This is such a beautiful product. This is a NARS Velvet Lip Glide in the shade Camden Girls. This was a limited edition from a holiday pack. This was never a permanent shade, sadly, because it was beautiful. Again, it looks really jacked up because I took the stopper out, but this is sort of a similar color to that Maybelline one, maybe a little bit more brown, but it is more of, it's less of a lipstick and more of a like lipstick gloss, I suppose. So it's really, really pretty. But again, that I'm scraping the sides of. So I just thought, look, since I'm nearly done, I may as well just focus on that, try to really get that done. Then in my handbag, I've had my Yaz Red from Shiramura kicking around. I do have some backups of this. I lost this for a while, surprise, surprise, and I opened another backup. So I've got one that's pretty much full. And then I've got another one in a box. This one, if you have a look at it, that's fully wound up. And this is one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. And I use a red fairly regularly. So I don't wear it every day, but let's say 3 or 4 times a week, I'll wear a red. So it's a 50-50 split whether I wear a red or a nude. So I'm just going to keep this out and I'm going to use this because I know I can use it up. I love it. And I've got another one open, so I may as well. And it's so close. Another thing that's so close, this has just been kicking around my bag. It's a little Lanolips. This is a mini glazed donut one. It smells really nice. I've just marked it down here. But again, this is just encouraging me to focus on it because I've got so many lip balms hanging around. But this is something that I can literally be done in a week if I focus on it. These 3 are sort of like, we don't have much left. Let's just do it. Let's just make a commitment to using it up. And then these 2 are more like, they're so easy to reach for. So let's just expand our lip project pan products. 2 other things that I'm adding in just because I need to focus on them. These are both by Merit. One is a mascara that I opened at the start of the year. Now this is a more natural, slightly drier mascara. Now I am aware that by trying to pan their eyeshadow, this is a solo shadow in studio, and I will give you an update on this because I'm panning it. I just put some Duraline in it this morning because it is getting quite dry. It's hard to pick up. So I periodically put some Duraline in it, which is not good for weighing it. So I've been weighing this in terms of measuring the usage, but when you put product in there, you add weight. So it's kind of, maybe I'll switch to just taking photos of it. I have actually hit pan on this. I don't know if you can see, but I've hit pan there. and it's looking very juicy because I've just added Duraline to it, but it was getting quite dry. So I'm targeting this to use up, which I do use as a base most days. I'm wearing it under my eyeshadow today, but I am using this most days because I want it done before it completely dries out. Now the mascara that I'm using, and I'm using on my top lashes today, is quite a chunky one, so it's hard to sometimes use on my lower lashes. So I've been reaching for this one, which is very nice. And it is a little bit more like lengthening and defining, and it's a bit of a, it's not a subtle mascara, because if you add 2 like coats, it is quite bold. But I'm also just aware that I've had this open for nearly a year now. And then the third Merit thing I'm adding in is actually their foundation stick. So this is in the shade Sandstone, which suits me really, really well. Now I like this as a touch-up product. I find that it's often, like I've got to use quite a lot of it to get the amount of coverage that I want on a daily basis. Wow, there's actually a lot in here. That's how much is in there. So we've got a bit to use. But I like using this as a bit of touch up. So throughout the day, if I'm finding that makeup is breaking down, this is really good for just going in and sort of using it as like a spot concealer. Now, again, same thing applies. I'm a little bit concerned that this one might dry out. I think Merit is one of those brands that like don't put too many preservatives and stuff in their makeup. So I'm a bit concerned about this sort of not lasting as long as traditional foundations for me. So I'm not going to rush this. This is probably something I'll carry through to next year, but it is something I want to focus on tracking. So that is also being added in. Now, where are we up to with base products? Well, firstly, my primer, I'm making some really good results. So this is AHC Luminous Glow Real Eye Cream for Face. And when I introduced it last month, it was here. Now it's down to there. So I've got only a tiny bit left. To be fair, I like using this, like it is technically a moisturizer, so you don't need to use it as a primer. I think it works nicely as a primer. Sometimes I use this as a hand cream as well. So I'm burning through this pretty quickly. It should be done next month. When it comes to my base products, I've got my Morphe foundation. Again, it doesn't look like I'm making good progress, but I think I haven't been taking this away with me. So I've been using it just half the time. But that's a little bit of progress I've made there. I am still trying to set that with my Baked foundation by Laura Geller. This is the Baked Balance and Glow Illuminating Foundation in Fair. I sometimes wear this on its own. It does sort of perfect your complexion slightly, but this one is very glowy and it makes me look a bit like greasy or sweaty. So I've been wearing this sort of all over to set, but you can see it doesn't set very well. So I'm getting grease coming through because it's not a setting powder. It is a little bit dark on me, so using the lighter foundation and then this over the top works quite well. Again, this one is sort of flattening out a little bit. I think I weighed this, so I'll have weights on the screen. But again, I haven't been bringing this away with me because I don't want it breaking. I've been packing like loose powder with me in a little pot. So this one, the progress isn't great this month, but it is something that I am, you know, I'm working into my routine. When it comes to my concealers, my Stila concealers, I actually had to take the stopper out of the light one. So that one I am scraping the sides of. So hopefully we're getting good weight changes with the light one. With the medium light one, this is too dark for me, and in no world without mixing this can I use it. So whenever I use up the light one, I'm getting rid of both of them. This one, again, there's like, I could take the stopper out of this one, but because I use it in like a ratio of like 2:1 mixing, I don't need much of this. So again, I'm focusing mainly on the light, and then they're both going to be gone, but I'll have the weights of the light medium one on the screen as well. I'm making slightly better progress with my primer water. It is getting warmer, so it's nice and refreshing being able to sort of like have this at your desk. I sometimes spray it in my hair, like if my hair's getting a bit too frizzy, I'll just be like, let's just put some mist in there. But I am sort of, that's the tracking. So I'm making better progress than I was the last few months. It's just getting warmer and warmer. I'm just going to use more and more. So I'll keep it at my desk and just use it. All right, last things to mention, I've got my 3 liners. I think, look, we'll put weights of my, I do use it fairly regularly, but you know, you use the smallest amount. So there's that, weights on the screen. Then I've got my 2 pencil liners, my Urban Decay one, which I said was my only brown one I had in my collection. I'm using this at an alarming rate. I don't know why. I think it kept breaking and I had to keep sharpening it, but essentially I'll have comparison on the screen from last month. I think there's a big difference, or at least there was a big difference in the month before. whatever. I sort of stopped using a little bit because I was like, oh my God, I'm using this so fast. And then I have my, is this Maybelline? I think so. Striking Navy. This one haven't been using as much. I think I've only sharpened it once this past month, but I'll have comparisons on the screen. Then of course I've got my brow gel by Pixi. Again, this was opened fairly recently when I introduced this, and I don't use brow gel every day, so I don't think I've used this much in the last month. But again, no rush with that one. It just looks funky and gross, but that's the destiny of this because it's a clear brow gel with clear packaging. Not a wise move. So that's that. Highlighter finished, fishy lip liner, added in about 1,000,001 lip products, lost my past lip products. It's chaos, but we're getting somewhere, and at least I'm wearing makeup every day and enjoying it. So that's fine. We're all good. So let me know if you are doing a project pan, how you're going with it. What is your most exciting thing that's been happening? Have you used up a highlighter like me? Anyway, let me know in the comments. I'd love to chat to you, and thank you to my members for supporting this channel. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.